Hello everybody, welcome to FFC On Demand. I'm Julia Baraglia. This is your 20-minute low body meltdown. So we're going to be focusing on all of our largest muscle groups. What you need for the workout today is a heavier or moderate set of weights, as well as a towel or a glider or even a paper plate. Now keep in mind, this entire workout can be done with no weights or no towel or anything, but what I'd love you to do is try to work to that and progress up to it. And as you repeat this workout multiple times, you want to keep increasing your weights. We're going to start with a quick warm-up. Set your towel to the side. The first thing I want you to get set up and doing is a squat. So you're going to be sitting back with your weight in your heels. As you squat down, make sure that you're keeping your chest lifted and your shoulders down. So from the side, again, your knees don't need to be perfectly over your ankles, but what you want is that they're not coming too far forward over your toes. One thing I always like to say is wiggle those toes a little bit so you know that that weight is shifted back. As you feel warmer, try to push it a little bit lower. We're going to sink down lower and now add a heel lift to this and press a little bit more with your upper body. We're focusing on lower body, but adding just even movement with the upper body is going to help elevate our heart rate and burn more calories. Let's go for a pulse here at the bottom. You're going to really feel that activation in specifically those quads. Keep your breathing, keep your core activated. If you could take it a little bit lower, go for it. So you're really feeling this intensity build. We're going to progress to a reverse lunge. These reverse lunges are going to actually open up your hips. You want to be dropping that knee down. So again, from the side, I'd love to see you step wide enough so that you have almost a straight line here. Really modify if you need to. You should never feel any sharp shooting knee pain in anything that we do. We're going to continue with these, opening and going lower and lower. You guys are doing great. Hopefully you feel maybe even a little bit of breathless now. Our next movement is a lateral lunge. So we're going to take it to the right, center it, really activate that core, and then to the left. What I'm looking for here is that you're lengthening the straight leg and you're driving off of your heel for the bent leg. Just like the reverse lunges and squats, as you get a little bit warmer, you're going to keep getting lower and lower. Same thing, you want to keep your shoulders down and your chest lifted, breathing through it. We're going to do this for about 10 more seconds. So keep sinking into it. Those legs should be feeling activated and warm all the way around. We're going to build upon this now. So we're going to go back to our squat, but we're going to add on that reverse lunge. Now, maybe we could pick up the pace a little bit. Continue with those squats and reverse lunges. What I don't want you to do is sacrifice your form for speed. So if you need to keep it at this tempo, please feel free and listen to your body at all times. Keep breathing, keep driving through that heel. You guys are doing awesome so far. Keep it going. As you're working through these, I want you to really push in terms of an effort level. So now the intensity is going to pick up. If you feel comfortable, we're going to add just a little power to these movements. So when we go back to the squat, you could add a little hop to it. Tap the ground and lift is your modification. We're going to do these powers or higher intensity for 10 more seconds on these squats. Keep pushing through it. I want you to feel that little bit of breathlessness. This is why we're here, to push, to work at a level that you're not going to do on your own. After you finish this last squat jump, we're going to try to intensify the lunges. So jumping side to side with that little bit of hop. Remember, you could always come back here, right? Keep it going. You have about 10 more seconds of this intense push, and then I'm going to let you catch your breath because I'm going to grab the towel. Stay with it, keep breathing, activate that core for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. That felt great. I hope you did awesome. We're going to go ahead and bring that towel up, and as I mentioned in the beginning, if you have access to a glider, you could even use a paper plate. But if you use the towel, it might clean your floors, right? Okay, so we're gonna place that underneath our right foot. So we have everything activated. You're gonna slide out as low as you feel comfortable and confident and pull it in. The benefit of this movement is we're now activating that inner thigh, that core, because we're challenging our stability. So I want you to work on these and keep getting lower and lower into them. Driving through that heel, still looking ahead, just lifted, shoulders down. About 10 more seconds of these. Stay with it and breathe through it. Feel that lengthening, feel that strength. Give me maybe 4 more good repetitions. Breathe. Give me those last 2, and we're gonna stay on this leg, but now we're gonna step it back. As you slide it down, you're gonna once again drop that knee and then pull it through. So I want you to notice 2 things here. Little more core, lot more glute. Really drive it down and pull it through. Absolute and total control, right? Maybe today you're only able to go to here and control it back, but we want to keep working on pushing that range of motion as we increase strength. 10 more seconds on this side. Keep breathing through it. You're doing so awesome. Continue with it. Let's maybe get 4 more good reps here. Keep pushing lower, keep pushing stronger. Do you feel that burn in here? Okay, good. Get that last one in, really complete it, and we're gonna switch it over to the other side. So again, you're gonna press it out and pull it up and in. Lower each time, even just a little bit further with absolute control. As I mentioned earlier, these are our largest muscles, so we're burning maximum amount of calories. You're doing such a great job with it. Keep it controlled and keep sinking down a little bit deeper. 10 more seconds on this side. You're doing such a good job. Breathe through it, breathe through it. Total control. Maybe 4 more repetitions. You can do that. We want to make it even. I always say we don't want to cheat the second side, right? Although sometimes it feels tougher. Good, get that last 1 or 2 in, and we're going right back. No rest, no recovery yet, right? Keep dropping that knee. Again, if you have somewhere to check your form, make sure that you're sinking into it. Ooh, don't do what I just did, but don't lean forward, right? We want to keep that core engaged and that chest lifted and open. We have about 10 more seconds on this side. Continue with it. Breathing through it, activating all those lower body muscles. Hopefully they're starting to feel nice and warm. These are your 10 seconds left. Continue through it. You've got this. You're doing great. Finish that last 4 or so reps, and we're gonna move on. Almost there. And complete it. Great work. If you need water, of course, grab it, hit pause, and come back with me, because now we're gonna pick up your heavier weights or wherever you feel comfortable. But what I really like to do is start heavier, and then if you need to, you could drop down. I'd rather see you start heavy and then have to go lower than at the end of the workout say, gosh, I could have went a little heavier. So do what you feel comfortable and do what your body needs. We're gonna go back to our squat, and this time we're gonna slow it down, because I'd really love for you to see a deeper range of motion. Using those weights is gonna help you do that. So keeping the good form, you could keep getting lower and driving through stronger. Your squat is your range of motion, right? Again, we don't want the knees coming too far forward, but it should feel natural, right? In everyday life, we can't pick up groceries and pick up kids in perfect 90-degree angles. Actually, usually we're doing 2 things at once, right? What we're doing is strengthening those muscles. We want it to feel functional and help us in everyday life. So we're gonna add that combination, squat to your reverse lunge. Squat to your reverse lunge. So even if you're doing your body weight, you should be feeling this, that it's tougher. This is our last round of these. So I want you to make sure that it feels challenging. You may be able to notice already how much lower you can get and how much stronger you feel. You're already better than when we began. How amazing is that? So breathe through it. You're gonna do that for about 20 more seconds. I want you to really feel the burn this time. I want you to notice the difference than you did in that first and second set. The weights will definitely do that, but even your body weight will as well. Okay, after you finish, give me maybe 2 more reps on each side of that. We're going to progress it to a little higher intensity because we're gonna isolate one side at a time. So what I want you to do is take your right foot back here. You have a nice wide split stance, and you're gonna come down and sort of find your bottom range of motion. We're gonna add a 3 pulse to this. You're gonna low, lower, lowest, and drive that knee up. Now, anytime we're in a one-legged position, you're working more stability, so your core has to be fired on and activated. Low, lower, lowest, and a lift. Good. Low, lower, lowest, and a lift. Once again, driving through the heels. Perfect. Low, lower, lowest, and a lift. We're gonna get about 4 more of these. Really make sure you're stepping back. So you'll see, just like before, I have that nice wide stance, and I'm keeping my head up and looking up. I know I'm looking at you, but you guys look ahead, right? Get about 2 more good ones, and then we're gonna single it out. So here's where I want you to feel that breathlessness come back. Can you hear it in my voice? Here, keep driving through it. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Woo! Okay, we can do this, right? Here we go. Give me about 4 more. 4, crunch it. 3, you're almost there. 2 more, let's see what you got. 1 more, and we're going to the other side. So here we go. As we switch, now bring that left foot back. Take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, right? So we're pulsing it down here. We're opening that hip. So same thing. We're gonna work on that 3 pulse. It's 3, 2, 1, add the crunch. 3, 2, 1, add the crunch. You can do this. Low, lower, lowest. You know it now. You're a pro. Low, lower, lowest. You have 4 more of these. Make sure it's equal as it was on the other side, right? We don't want to cheat the other side. We want to be balanced. Now, one side may feel more challenging than the other. That's completely normal and natural. We just have to work a little bit harder. You should have about 2 more left. I'm counting while I talk. Here we go. We're good at multitasking, right? Low, lower, lowest, and now we're gonna single it. So let me see that drive through. And again, maybe today it's here. Maybe you're feeling fantastic today and you are able to get that knee up. There should never be any pain though, anywhere on that other side. Keep it coming, keep breathing through it. So we're gonna have about 4 more of those singles. Make them count. 3, 2, you got it. And 1 more. Once again, if you need a water break, pause it, come back, and we're gonna finish this workout, okay? You guys are doing absolutely amazing. Stay with it. I'm gonna move these out of the way for me. Okay, so now we're going to add on some lateral movement with the weights. So you've already done them. You're really confident getting that lengthening. So as you come down, I want you to bring 1 weight on each side of your shoe, okay? And then drive and lift it up. Now you'll notice this is a lot more challenging now that we have added weight to it. If it's too much, you could always drop down to your lower weights or do no weights at all. All that I ask is you keep trying and you keep moving. Keep breathing through it. Excellent job, guys. Keep it coming. You're gonna get about 4 more on each side. Once again, lengthening in the inner thigh, driving off of that glute. Get about 2 more to each side, and then we're gonna move on. You guys are doing an excellent job. Push that range of motion. Finish it with 1 more on each side, here to center, here to center. Take a deep breath. We have 1 more sort of lower body set here. We're blasting it today, right? Melting it down. So toes are turned out. Now I want you to sort of feel where your natural range of motion is. If you feel kind of stuck, like you're trapped, I want you to slide your feet out a little bit wider. And I want you to challenge to keep pressing closer to the ground. Good posture. So one of the things we want to do is keep a straight back, right? Now that we have weights, I don't want you to let them pull you forward. If you feel like you need body weight, go ahead and go to that as well. And we're gonna pulse it at the bottom. I want you to really sink down as low as you can into this plie. No knee pain, good form. I want you to find your bottom range of motion, or what I like to say, you think is your bottom range of motion, because we're gonna push it a little bit lower. Think 1 to 2 inches, a little bit lower, pull it back up. 1 to 2 inches, pull it back up. You can do this, I could do this. We got this together. Here we go. We're gonna do about 8 of them. 8, 7, you can't give up now. You got this. Come on. 4, 3, 2, can you hold it at the bottom? Of course you can. I know you don't want to necessarily, but you can do this, right? Here we go. Hold it and just pulse it down. Give me a nice burnout here for 10. Breathe. You can do it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Walk those feet in. We're gonna go right through. This is it, our last little finish where we worked our quads, we worked our glutes, inner outer thighs. I just wanna hit those hamstrings. So I want you to get nice and stable on that right leg, and we're gonna hinge. If that doesn't feel good with your balance, take a step back and have this nice split stance here. So you're feeling your stretch. Now you may notice you're gonna feel your lower back working as well, but I want you to hinge as low as you can to feel a stretch without it really straining your back and allowing it to round. If you feel a rounding, then you've gone too low. So we're just gonna do one quick set of this. Keep hinging and breathing through it. Hinge and breathe through. About 10 more seconds on this side. And again, if you feel confident enough, or maybe this is when you come back to this workout next week, you could try lifting the leg. Keep that core engaged, keep your breathing. Let's get about 4 more on this side. Breathe through it, breathe through it. You're doing fantastic. Get that last 1 or 2 in without any rest. Let's switch it right over to the other side. Same thing. Now you may notice, ooh, the side feels a little bit tighter. Very, very common to have one side of the body a little bit tighter, especially in our hamstring, which is one of our tightest muscles, right? It's all the more reason to work it and to stretch it. The more balanced your body is, the less prone you are to injury. So that's something that maybe we all need to focus on, but maybe you're noticing that today. So that's something that we could keep working on together. Okay, we're gonna do about 10 more seconds of this just to even it out. And again, double check, feel that back is flat, especially if you are doing the stability and the balance. Good form comes first over high repetition, over range of motion. You wanna protect your body so we could keep working out together, right? Keep it going. We're gonna get 2 more and we're gonna finish with one little finisher. I want you to come back to that squat one final time. We're gonna change it up just a little bit though. We're coming all the way down, halfway up, all the way down, all the way up. You got it? All the way, halfway, all the way, all the way. All the way halfway up, all the way down, all the way up. You got this. Come on, this is your finisher. You're not gonna give up now. We're gonna get those squats in one final time. You're gonna complete this workout and feel so proud and so amazing. You can do this for about 10 more seconds. Keep breathing through it, then we're gonna stretch. You got it. Feel it, feel it. These are your last few. I know you're doing such a good job that I think we have to do one burnout here at the bottom. For 8, 7, stay with it, to the finish. 4, 3, 2, and you got it. What a great job you've done. Let's stretch that out, get those weights out of the way. So what was our primary, those quads you were feeling there at the end. So bring that right heel to the glute here, knees next to each other. If you could get this position pretty solid, go ahead and even sort of pull that belly button in, pressing that pelvis forward, and that will give you a deeper stretch. Opposite the hamstrings, right, our quads feel a little more elongated. So once you feel pretty sufficiently stretched on that quad, try to cross it over and sink into it. I know this is kind of cruel, right? It feels sort of like an exercise. I call this a working stretch because we're balancing. But try to feel that stretch all along the glute, outer thigh. Got it. You're so good. Okay, take it over to the other side. Let's get that quad again. Once more, pull that belly button in. Press that pelvis forward. Try to keep the knees next to each other. I know I ask a lot of you, but you can do it. I don't give you what you can't handle. Okay, sink into it a little bit deeper. Breathe through it. How good does that feel to be almost completely done? Release it. Okay, last thing, let's get our hamstring each side. Chest to quad, not our head to our knee. Number one, you want to keep your head above your heart when you stretch and it's still elevated. But also a lot of people could get their head pretty darn close to their knee and never feel a stretch, right? Sink into it. Breathe through it. I want you to give me one last final reach to the ceiling all the way up. Pull those arms down in front. Release, and you are fantastic. I'm Julia Baraglia. This was FFC On Demand. You did an amazing job with Low Body Meltdown. I'll see you next time.